Have you given up on goals? Do you feel like they're too prescriptive and suffocating? Have you opted instead for something vague like a word or an intention? No matter the reason you might have stopped making goals, why don't you listen to some of the reasons I have for why I make goals and see if it might help you decide to be a little more intentional with your own personal growth. So a couple of years ago, I started making goals more regularly. And since then, I've been able to start habits I've always wanted to do, and I've been able to finally accomplish some of the things that I've been putting off. I eventually got to the point where I've been making goals every month, and it has been an awesome addition to my life. Let me share with you how making goals has improved my daily life. So why should you even set goals at all? The obvious answer is something you've already heard. When you set goals, you're more likely to see change, and you're more likely to try harder. But what about in your day-to-day life? How does making goals make a difference? It was really shocking for me to learn that only 30% of adults make New Year's resolutions, and most of those are young adults. Well, many adults have stopped making goals. All of us have stuff we want to improve upon. Maybe you've found goals stressful or depressing because you fail so much. So what's the point of setting goals? Do they just cause grief and pain? Are they crushing all the fun and spontaneity out of life? Or do they just feel exhausting when all you want to do is just rest? Or why does it matter that you should pick a goal over something simple and easier to remember like an intention or a word of the year? First of all, if goals are causing you pain, you're doing them wrong. I made another video all about setting gentle goals and what an impact it has had on my life, so be sure to check out that one first if you feel like goals make you feel guilty and like you're not enough. So when I say goals, I'm not talking about the intense, no fun, sad, deny yourself of everything that you love type of goals. I'm talking about gentle, small changes that are doable. If you've settled into doing one word or intentions, might I suggest there's a better way to see lasting change while still maintaining motivation and not failing. When you set goals the right way, it's just going to be a little bit harder than what you're already doing. It's going to be motivating and it's going to produce real change. So how is it going to impact your daily life if you start doing goals like this? First of all, setting goals is fun. If you're setting goals in a gentle, productive way, you're going to be happier and find more joy in life. Secondly, while certainly people slowly grow and change over time, a goal is going to give you momentum. It's going to be one grand act that pushes you forward that wouldn't be there if you didn't make a goal around it. Third, a goal is going to bring things to the forefront of your mind. It's like that study where they said, when you're trying to buy a red minivan, you start seeing red minivans everywhere. The same thing happens when you have a goal. You're giving your brain more opportunities to think about this thing that's really important to you, and you're more likely to see real progress in that area as a result. You also make goals to remind yourself of your values. You should be making goals about trying to be a better parent, being a better spouse, improving your health, being a better friend. Because setting goals is a way to remind yourself of the things that you care about. Making a goal is going to bring clarity and focus to the things that you do care about. Maybe you really love animals and you do everything you can to help the animals around you. But let's say you decide to make a goal about this passion that you have. As a result, you decide to go to the animal shelter once a month. Think about how cool that is. Before you made a goal, you were simply nice to animals. Now you are somebody who goes out of their way to help animals as part of their daily schedule. It's so cool what goals can do. Next, making goals is also going to improve your self-confidence. When you set small goals and you achieve them, you feel proud of yourself. It's exhilarating and empowering. It's a simple way to feel good about yourself and increase the confidence you have. Setting and achieving goals is going to improve your self-discipline. So often in this comfortable world we live in nowadays, we don't really ever have to do anything super hard. We don't regularly have to get outside of our comfort zone. But when you set goals, you're going to get more used to doing things that are uncomfortable. You're going to get more used to learning new things, trying new things, and that's going to impact other areas of your life as well. Next, setting goals is going to provide hope. Success breeds success. And you're going to realize, hey, I can actually make more progress in this area than I thought I could. And that leads to the last one, which is that goals give you optimism. It helps you realize that you have more control over your situation than you thought you did. Even if the goal is something small, like having more gratitude, it's going to fundamentally change your experience for the better, whatever it is that's going on in your life. So if you've stopped making goals, I hope you'll give it a second chance. Think about all of these positive effects there are to setting goals. You're going to be more optimistic, more hopeful. You're going to start having more self-discipline. It'll improve your self-confidence. You'll find clarity about what you value. You'll actually act on the things that you love and care about. It's going to remind you about what's important to you, and you're going to see real change. It actually will add fun and spontaneity to your life, because possibly you're going to be trying things you've never tried before. So if you've given up on goals, think again. See goals in a different light. See it as an avenue to get you out of the rut that you're in and to explore and expand on this beautiful world that we live in. It's going to make your life more richer and whole. So go check out my video about making gentle goals. See if it doesn't change your mind and help you realize that maybe goals weren't all these intense things that you thought they were. Maybe it'll help you see that you can still set goals and not be afraid to fail. You can still set goals that are small and manageable that are going to have a huge impact on your life. I've got a whole playlist on my channel with all different ideas of how you can do goals differently than you have in the past. Go check that out, and I will see you next time.